Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are very close to finishing our Advance Wars 1 campaign. We are now moving on to Mission 23, Enigma. Last time we faced the clone Andy on Andy times 2, and it was a clone of Andy that was made by our main antagonist. And here he is on the right hand side. His name is Sturm. Face off against the mysterious leader of the Black Hole Army. So for this mission, once again, we are allowed to choose the CO of choice. To make this easy, Max is definitely the best choice. His units are just too strong for any commanding officer to handle. However, Andy's not a bad choice. Again, he doesn't really have any weaknesses. I would say Sammy's the weakest of the three to go against Sturm. However, on this map, Sturm does not have a co-power. So you technically could use anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Max still, just to make it really easy. I'll show you guys how easy this mission can be because of Max's firepower. So yeah, here's Sturm. And I want to explain a little bit about Sturm before we get into this mission. What is that thing? Or who is it? Is it a who or a what? Well, whoever or whatever it is, I'm guessing that's our mystery foe. If we beat him, does that mean my creepy copy will vanish too? I hope so, Andy. Now let's focus on getting ourselves through this. Alright, so first of all, we have these black units, as we saw in the last mission. This is the Black Hole Army. These guys are the main bad guys of the story. They're very interesting units. I don't like the design of most of the Black Hole units. However, we have the leader, the apparent commander-in-chief of the Black Hole Army. Sturm is a riddle within a shadow, revealing nothing. No description after that. He loves invasions and hate peace. He has a co-power called Meteor Strike, but it doesn't give us the details on it. I think in the next mission it also doesn't give us the details. Even though his power meter is here, he does not get a co-power on this map. I think in order to prevent it from being... or he doesn't show his true power here, and so, because it's not really him, spoiler, so he's not going to be able to use his co-power. But here's his units. So here's Max, here's Sturm. He gets 20%, I think, attack power. What does Max get? Yeah, Max gets 50. Yeah, I think Sturm gets either 20 or 30% attack. However, he also loses 20% defense. 10 or 20% defense. So his units are a lot stronger offensively, but also a lot weaker defensively. So combine his lack of defense with Max's massive firepower, his units die really easily. If you guys have been watching my War Room series, I already used Sturm on the third mission, and the versus mode version of Sturm is a lot different than the campaign version in Advance Wars 1. They're kind of opposites. Whereas this campaign version has more firepower and less defense, the versus version has less firepower but more defense. And then his co-power is actually weaker in the versus mode as well. It's still good, it's just not as effective. But on the next mission we'll see his co-power. So for now, he has a few units. He's got a fighter, a couple subs, a couple battleships. He has a fighter and a bomber here as well, 2 fighters. We want to destroy the fighters, mostly the bomber. This guy right here, this is the one we want to destroy, because he can pick off my ground units. I only have one area, and that's the T-copter. Unless I capture this airport, which I may or may not do, then the fighters are pretty much useless. But to start, what we're going to do is we're going to transport our infantry over to these landers. We're going to start capturing these properties over here. This port and this base are kind of important. This base not so much, but this port very important. We want to get submarines and cruisers out to destroy these subs and his battleships, and prevent him from making any sea units out of this port. And then, if we can actually go over and take that airport as well. We're going to charge our sub forward. We'll load our mechs into the APC and transport copter. We'll start capturing this city to start. It depends on what his units do. We'll determine what I do with my troops. I'm going to just move these guys forward. Missile launcher doesn't need to move as far forward yet. Anti-air definitely does though. I need to make sure I get that into position to destroy his units when they come in. And then for now we're going to build another anti-air because I want to make sure I have enough air defense to destroy those fighters and bombers when they come in. Not to mention, again, Sturm lacks defense, and so Max anti-airs are actually pretty effective against his tanks. So here come his fighters. They're going to charge straight at my T-Copter. I actually wasn't paying attention to see where his sub went. So that's my bad. But we're going to ignore it for now. So this bomber's not in range of the port yet, so we're going to go ahead and capture the port and base. We need our lander to stay alive if we can, because that's 12,000 value that I don't want to lose for free. Another thing about Sturm, I totally forgot. His units can move through terrain unhindered. His tanks can move through forests without double cost. His tires can move through forests and plains without cost. His sea units can move through reefs without no cost. So that is one of the biggest things about Sturm in both the versus mode and the campaign, is none of his units are hindered by terrain. So very big bonus for him, but it's not really going to matter too much to me, as there's this long road, so regardless he usually would move through it anyways. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to start capturing here, and we're going to move our T-Copter back down to the south, trying to draw these fighters to that direction, and then hopefully we can pick them off with my missiles and anti-air. Move these guys first. I might actually go back and pick up an infantry this turn instead. Yeah, so let's go ahead and go here. Move our PC up as well. And we're going to pick up an infantry. We're going to leave my lander over here on the other side of the shore, and we might try to find that sub as it moves in. That bomber should try and attack my lander too if it comes into range. Okay, so I saw the sub go past mine. We're definitely going to use my lander to find it, and then use my sub to hit his. But that also means my lander will probably get hit by the bomber. Or the battleship. So we'll see what happens. Well, another thing I could do is ignore the sub. I could strike his battleship now, which would actually be nice. But this sub is the only thing that can harm mine as long as I'm submerged, so I think I'm going to try to find it wherever it went. I have no idea where it went. This is the benefit of being the player though. I can do this all day to try and find that sub. But I have no idea. Oh, there. Oh, okay, so it's right here. So we can go ahead and just destroy it in one shot. We could attack this recon instead of capturing. I think I might. Well, nah, I take it back. We're just going to capture because it's going to be constant income I can gain. So we have a tank here. I'm going to move our medium tank in front of it. And what we're going to do is we're going to make or surround my T-Copter over here, so we can start, or so we can keep it alive. So we'll move our missile launcher here, and surround it with my anti-air like this. I just need. Excuse me. Alright, there we go. So now my T-Copter can't be attacked by the fighters. They might try to fly around it, or they might stand still. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see. We're going to go ahead and build another tank here. I think next turn we'll probably build an anti-air out of this base to attack the bomber. So battleship destroys my lander. The recon actually moves up to attack the infantry. I think his bomber is going to finish it off. So he's keeping one fighter safe. No, he attacks my mech instead. That's kind of bad because it's not, his bomber's not in a good position for me to deal with it. And it can actually pick off some of my stronger ground units like my medium tank, so that's not good. So we're going to go ahead and start by killing this fighter. We definitely want to interrupt this capture. We can't let him have this base. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this tank here, and then we're going to kill the infantry. Where's this rocket's range? How should I do this? I could just be totally aggressive and attack his units. Because my units can pretty much one-shot his. I think we'll just do that. We'll just be 100% aggressive here. We're actually going to try and start capturing this to distract some of his units. So they'll want to try and kill the infantry. I'm going to put the rocket here. Put the missile launcher up here, I think is fine. You can see. Not into the range though. So we'll start capturing here as well. Again, his fighter can't reach my missile launcher, so that's always good. We can actually move it back and pick up another infantry, which is actually okay this turn. So that's nice. This infantry is probably going to die, but we are going to keep it around to distract some of his units. I'm going to destroy this battleship right here. And we are going to build that anti-air for sure to try and take out this bomber next turn. I think next turn we're gonna, let's see. Next turn we're probably going to move my sub onto the port to try and refill my ammo and fuel, and then we'll move out to go kill the sub and battleship on the right side. Oh man, I moved into. Did I click the wrong unit? Oh, you know what I did? I think I checked movement. I didn't check attack range on the fighter. So that's a big mistake on my part. Oops. Always make sure you press the B button and you check attack ranges and not movement, because I think that's what I just did. So I lost my T-copter, lost my missile launcher, lost an entire. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. But I did prevent this rocket from attacking my tank, which is nice. It's important that I get this base, but it's not dire that I get it immediately. So we're going to kill this bomber for sure, because this fighter has nothing else to attack, so it doesn't matter what it does. Hopefully it moves out of the way so I can get this infantry moving. We're going to attack this tank here. We can actually kill it with my regular tank, I think. Yep. Medium tank can go and kill the mech, and we can use this tank to kill the rocket. So now he has no units around here to threaten me for now, which is very nice. We'll move this guy back to see if we can pick up that infantry that we left behind. He's going to capture my city, but that's okay. I'm going to attack the recon, I think, with my anti-air. One-shotting it, actually. That's pretty funny. And we're going to capture the city. He's probably going to try and capture. Well, I don't know what he's going to do with this, because I'm actually going to put my sub here, and we're actually going to build another infantry, I think. And I guess if it doesn't move, then I'll build an anti-air to destroy the fighter. Again, anti-airs with max are pretty good, especially with his Sturm's lack of defense. I can actually one-shot infantry and mechs even if they're on force, and probably mountains too. So he drops off an artillery and tank on that north island. So I do not think we're going to be getting air units this time around. So it's going to be important that I do build a lander and try to transport ground troops to these shores over here and here to help kill his army. But we'll see what we do. So there goes his infantry. He can no longer capture my properties over here. We'll start sending these guys down. Look, this guy. Let's move the rocket up. He'll probably start capturing the city, so we can use the rocket to hit there. Or actually, I can hit his infantry now and threaten his T-copter and fighter in that direction. We want to drop off the infantry here so we can regroup next turn and capture the base. Let's destroy this couple units here and keep moving forward with our tanks as fast as possible. Yeah, so over here we're just going to go ahead and start building that lander. I don't have to worry about his fighters anymore, especially this one that doesn't move, because I'm not going to be building any air units. So we're just going to build some landers, and then I guess we'll try to get some medium tanks. We'll save up for medium tanks and send them over with our lander. I would build tanks, but I think medium tanks will be useful for finishing the game because of their defense and their attack power. So this fighter is being annoying and it blocks my medium tank's path. Look at this guy. And it's getting refueled. So this is very bad. We need to get this anti-air over there immediately. So I'm going to switch these guys' positions a little bit here. Get down here, need you. Alright, so regroup that guy so we can capture next turn. Leave our APs here to pick up the mech and move it over. I need you two guys to go capture these cities. Alright, so we'll leave the anti-air here for now. We'll refill its ammo and fuel, medium tank, so we can transport them both in the lander. We can actually just go right across, and we don't even have to cross this mountain range here. We just go straight to his land. And I guess that will be it for this turn. So again, fairly simple going right now. We're just going to use our sub. Max submarines against Sturm's units are one-shots, like almost guaranteed. Look at this guy being annoying. And so, my submarine's just having fun. Pretty much. And killing his expensive sea units is actually really good for my co-power. So, bam! And just like that, I'm almost halfway to my co-power already. So let's transport these guys on over. Again, with Sturm's ability to move through forests, I don't want to drop off my anti-air quite yet because he has a tank here, so we're just going to wait there. He silly moved his units into range. We can actually just one-shot these guys. Boom! But he does have a tank over here, so we definitely... and he also has these mechs in the mountains. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to actually let him come to me. And hopefully we can shell him off with my rocket. Let's go ahead and try to kill this fighter. And we can start capturing these cities. Capture this base so we can deploy ground south this one if we need to. Alright. And then we'll just get ready. We'll just build more medium tanks to prepare for the lander to come back and drop them off. Yes, I defy you. He attacks my lander, which is okay. Alright. So now we can go ahead and attack this tank and destroy it. We'll drop off the anti-air next to me. Safe from this guy's attack range. This sub is only going to come back here now, and it's literally going to attack all the landers that he keeps building. It'll either take money and or it'll give me just free co-power. And the more landers he builds out of the space, the less ground troops he's going to be building from his bases on the right, so that will help me a lot. Over here, we're going to try to keep out of range of his mechs, except for my medium tank, because he won't do much damage to it. So we'll just keep moving forward like this. We're actually gonna, we'll move the tanks first. Move the rocket like so. Capture the cities as much as possible. There we go. And again, we're just going to keep building those medium tanks. This lander's going to come back, pick up the medium tanks. We're actually going to go straight to his HQ. By that time, my main force that are in the south should have been there, or should reach that point. And then we'll attack and finish this mission together. So my APC is very important because it's carrying a full-powered mech. I need that to capture his HQ because there's no way I'm going to be building battleships to destroy these units over here on this north island. It's not worth the time for me to build a battleship. Especially since they're max battleships and they're going to be weaker. So let's just send these guys. Oh, I should have used the medium tank first. Oh well. Especially with that tank in range. Destroy that. We can use a rocket to attack his distant mech so it's weakened. Go over here, attack with the tank. So yeah, Max's units just make this mission pretty trivial because it has so much firepower. We don't even need these infantry anymore. Yeah, I don't even think maybe we could build battleships because I actually don't really need to build any more units at this point. Whatever units I have now is actually going to be enough. Oh, look, his lander actually might be bringing back a unit or two. Oh no, it's just moving it. Oh, he got smart. Look, he built a cruiser. So my sub actually can't take that thing on, I don't think. But maybe with max force. Ooh, maybe. I have a medium tank as well. Let's go ahead and use our max force here. We're going to use our medium tank to attack first. So we might do massive damage, and then we can use the sub to finish it off. So that's a good, healthy, or not healthy, but chunky 18,000 he just spent on a C unit that might just die. Oh yeah, look at max medium tank versus a cruiser. Heavy damage. Very good. Alright, so we're going to send this lander straight over to his mainland. My medium tank's running off fuel, but luckily we have an APC here. We'll use the medium tank to kill the tank, so we don't need to bother attacking it. I'm going to draw in his medium tank here first. Refuel there, and one shot. This guy, I don't want to lose him, just per my technique score, so we'll just keep him around though, to maybe help with a unit that doesn't get killed in one shot. I guess we could start building a battleship and see if we can kill those units at the top. We'll also probably need a cruiser as well to kill the fighter that's on the right. Alright, thanks to my co-power, I did not lose my tank in one shot, so that's nice. So now my medium tank could probably one-shot his because of my attack power. Let's find out. Oh, not quite. Almost though. So we'll use the tank to finish it off, and then we can use the Entire to pick. Actually, even this 3 is going to do massive. Look, it does 5 damage to infantry on the river. That's very nice to see. Keep the APC moving. Okay, so now we can send this battleship up here. We can actually attack most of the island up there. My sub's going to sink soon, so I'm actually just going to send it back to refuel. I think my medium tank will be better suited charging forward. Alright, and then we'll build a cruiser, see if we can destroy that fighter as well. See what he does. So his infantry arc is constantly walking over to the left, which is pretty funny. He builds one medium tank, very smart of him. It's going to be harder for me to kill that. But we can one-shot here. So max Entire, even on mountains, his stern infantry can't survive against the Entire, so it's really deadly. Charge our cruiser forward. I'm going to move our submarine back. It has just enough fuel to survive and not sink next turn, which is very nice to see. And let's see, yeah, we're going to just go attack here. Kill this infantry. Put our tank on the base here to keep him from building. He might be able to one-shot my APC or tank, but we'll see. I'm actually going to keep one medium tank. Maybe I can send it up here and help kill the artillery or something if he keeps moving away from me. Okay, so it looks like we can lock down his ground units now. And kill this fighter. Kill the tank. Go over now with my sub and kill the lander. Kill this guy. Alright, so now we need to just move our mech forward. Then we can capture the HQ, or hopefully we can maybe go and kill this artillery. We'll see what we do first. Oh, he'll probably build a cruiser or something this turn, no? So the cursed artillery is constantly out of range of my battleships. But we have a medium tank here, so we can actually win next turn. We're going to cover this port as well. So we actually don't have to capture his HQ, we're just going to one-shot his artillery. So, how many days does this take me? 16, a little bit longer than my initial playthrough. But I think it's also because I got the airport last time, which bombers and battlecopters come in handy a lot to finish this. Was that it? Seemed kind of easy. And it was. It looks like we're finally... Andy, Max, Sammy. Hey, it's Grit. How's it going? No time for pleasantries, Junior. I used this tracking device to find the snake's hiding place. Huh? Then who did we just beat? That's just a typical old boy's tale, but we gotta hurry. Sonia's in danger.
That wasn't him! We aren't finished here.
That wasn't him. We aren't finished here. Alright. So we lost a little bit of technique because of the early game. Especially that turn where we lost like 4 units. So that definitely hurt. But it's totally fine. Again, I'm not really doing this for perfect records. I could make a video series of getting 300 on every single mission, but I'm not going to. That's too much work for me. So, based on the time I have left, we are going to play the final battle now. Rivals will be its own video, and then I think I'll also go over starting the hard mode campaign. But for now, let's go ahead and go into the final battle. As you guys can see, it took me 9 days, and Eagle was the one that got the final blow. So he's the picture. For this mission, we can actually choose our commanding officers, which is really cool. Andy is required to be Orange Star's commanding officer. However, we can choose someone for our left and right side. There are certain codes that have to be on the right side, such as Eagle and Drake. I think they're the only 2, and Sammy, I believe. Those are the 3 that have to go on the right. Max, Kanbei, Grit, Olaf are all on the left. So for this mission, again, if you really want the easy route, Max is the best choice because his units just destroy Sturms. I like to choose either Kanbei or Eagle as well because they get Eagle gets a nice air force, whereas Kanbei gets a whole bunch of tanks, medium tanks, and tire. So he's really good. The problem is Sturm's co-power is very painful, and no matter how strong your units are, it's going to destroy your units easily. So what we're going to do is just play this as easy as possible. We're actually going to go with Max. Oh, another thing is, when you're choosing your commanding officers, their army will change based on who they are. The only one that doesn't really gain too much benefit is Drake, because there's no sea units here. It's all ground and air. But he gets a average army, and his co-power is not bad against Sturm because it just deals 10% damage to his entire army. But unfortunately, Drake is probably the least used because of the fact that he doesn't get any benefits. Grit gets indirects, Eagle gets air, Sammy gets a lot of infantry and mechs and transports, so not the best choice either. So yeah, we're going to go with Max, and I think for this one I will go with Kanbei instead of Eagle, just because for me, Eagle to be effective, I need him to have air units, and I'd rather have Kanbei's almighty empire to attack Sturm. Just like Max, Kanbei has really strong attack power as well as good defense, which will come in handy against Sturm. So here's mission 24, the final battle. Day 1. No. Hello, come in. Can you hear me, Grit? Sonia, right. That device you sent me worked like a charm. Where are... Grit, listen, I'm so sorry. Take everyone and run. This enemy, Sturm, he calls himself. He's more powerful than I can imagine. If he succeeds, everyone we know will be... This Sturm is the one who did this to you, right? It sounds like a grade A jerk. Andy, please, this isn't some war game. You've got to get away now. We're not running away. This guy's going down. It's time to pay him back for everything he's done to you, me, and all my friends. So this is the clown who's been jerking our chains. He's going down. Slowly roll there, Max. Andy's taking the lead on this one, right? Oh yeah, you're right. I'm just ready to take this guy on. Well now, I can't stand to see a fist with nothing to swing at. Alright, you can use my troops. What? Really? I owe you one, Grit. Okay, now I'm in this fight too. Come in, father. Can you read me? Sonia, are you unharmed? Where are you? Whoa, where'd this guy come from? I'm safe, father, for now, but please, go. Who dares lay a hand on Kanbei's precious daughter? This unpardonable act shall not go unpunished. My elite forces will turn this battle into a decisive victory for us all. Alright, so, is that everybody now? Let's move out. No one ever listens to me. I told you, you can't win. Alright, but we will try. So, Andy is required on this mission. He has the most balanced troops. He has a couple medium tanks, some entire battlecopters. And I'm going to be stuck in the middle. This map could go many ways. Sometimes Andy will be very important for finishing the game, or sometimes he'll just be all the target practice for Sturm, but we shall see. Here's Sturm's massive army and his fortress. He's got all his properties. He's got what? 28 properties captured and ready to go. 28,000 per turn. He can pretty much build any unit he wants every turn. He's got a whole bunch of anti-air, medium tanks, battlecopters. He's got nice air force on both the left and the right side. And again, even though there's force here, they don't slow him down. He can move right through them, no problem. But we have Andy in the middle. Max on the left has all these tanks, which are going to be very important. And as well as Kanbei. This is why I want Kanbei, because he gets 4 medium tanks, 4 anti-air, and 2 tanks. This recon is whatever. But the fact that I get 4 medium tanks with Kanbei is ridiculous. I mean, that's just overpowered right there. And unlike when we faced him in the campaign, I do get bases, and I will know how to use them. So Kanbei will be very useful here. So we're just going to start. We're actually going to send my infantry forward, I think, to try and capture this city. Yeah, we're actually going to draw in this bomber, and we'll destroy it immediately. This one, we're actually going to have just capture the city here. Because next turn we can build 2 infantry to capture these 2 properties. So let's go ahead and send our missile launcher up. We're going to have it... I think we'll have it sit in the middle. There are properties back here. I will have... I think I want to have Max capture 2 of them. Or maybe 1. For sure, I'm going to have Kanbei build infantry here and have it come and capture this city for sure. He could use extra money. I'm not sure what I'll do with Andy though. For now, I need to keep Andy's troops away from his fighters, so Sturm's fighters, so we can pick off his tanks when they come in. So we're actually going to have the tanks come onto the left side here. And yeah, we're going to move our missile launcher up so we can cover the infantry when the bomber comes in. And then we'll deal with the air units as needed. And we'll just move our medium tanks up to deal with the tanks that are coming in on this first turn. Again, we'll just build infantry for now. We'll keep our transports alive and see what we do with them.
We can't afford to lose this time.
Alright. Oh, really quick. So again, Sturm's information is concealed with question marks. He is a mystery. I will explain his co-power right now before we see it. His meteor strike co-power literally calls a meteor from space, and it comes down and hits in a 2 by, like in a plus sign, or a very, 3 square 1. So if I go to the, what's a good example? Oh yeah, right here. This tank right here. If this is the center of the meteor, it will literally hit this anti-air, this medium tank, tank, anti-air, tank, tank, medium tank, anti-air, anti-air. Pretty much in this 3 square radius here, like this, with the tank being the center. It'll hit all those units and deal 8 damage automatically. 8 damage, making all these units 2. So very devastating co-power. It hurts a lot, and it only costs 5 stars, the same as Kanbei's co-power, as well as Eagle's lightning drive. So it's very strong. It doesn't cost a crazy ton either. He's going to literally get it like every other turn. So we have to try and distract or keep my units separated so he doesn't hit like 6 units or 7 units at one time. And then there are 3 different types of meteors. One where it attacks and deals the most damage to the most amount of units. So in this case it would be like 9 units right here. Or the second meteor will target the biggest clump of indirect units, which probably won't be seen because I'm probably not going to build too many indirects. And then the last one is the one that will deal the most value, as in how much money my units are worth. In this case, if he threw a meteor right now, this is a pretty juicy target. However, it would probably attack like right here and attack 3 of Kanbei's medium tanks as well as his anti-airs, because Kanbei's units are really expensive, and these medium tanks alone would draw in that meteor. So while he could hit a lot more units here, I think that value meteor would attack here. So we'll see how it, which meteors we get. I'll probably be able to see which ones it is just by looking at what units are hit, and I can explain, how they work later. For now, we're going to move all our tanks straight up. We're actually going to move an anti-air this way, as well as a tank or 2, because if we keep all of Max's units going straight up this way, they're going to get hit by the meteors, and there's nothing I can do about it. We definitely want the anti-airs going up as far as possible to destroy his air units when they come in. And another thing is that for both Kanbei and Max, we only have this narrow road right here, so it's not a good idea to send all my tanks up this way. So I think we're going to send a couple tanks and the anti-air here. This infantry we're going to send back to capture these cities, and then we'll build an infantry. I definitely want to capture this airport and base as soon as possible and start producing units out there. So we're going to build an APC and infantry here. My precious daughter Sonia, I will protect you with my life. So, with Kanbei's recon, we can just fly, or not fly, but drive on over. And then we're going to just try to help out by killing infantry or whatever that comes out of those bases. We want our anti-airs to move up first, because we want to destroy the bombers as soon as possible. The fighters aren't as important because we don't have any air units besides Andy's copters. And unfortunately, Andy isn't going to be able to do much because he's in the middle, straight where all Stern forces are going to be charging. And again, we're going to try to separate our units. Oops, when we get closer to Sturm's co-power. He's going to get it really easily. He's actually probably going to get it after this first turn. Or this next turn. Those fools bunching up all their troops right at my feet. Once again, they've played right into my hand. This is the day they'll regret ever standing up to Sturm. So he's going to be moving in with all his troops here. Biggest threats, battlecopters. I need to keep my anti-airs alive to deal with the battlecopters. And the medium tanks. Tanks not so bad. Because of the lack of defense, it's actually easy to kill them, even with my own. But those medium tanks are gonna hurt a lot. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are going to be able to destroy a lot of units this turn. So if I take a look, first I wanted to see what my allies can do. It looks like I can destroy all 3 of his air units on the right with Kanbei's anti-airs. On the left, I can actually destroy the 2 most vital air units, the bombers, with my anti-airs, leaving my tanks to charge straight through. That leaves his fighters. Unfortunately, I can't kill them. They are out of range of my units. So, what we're going to do is we're going to move our copters backwards down this way. His fighters should charge towards them, and then we can try and pick them off with my anti-airs. So this missile is actually going to destroy this bomber, and unfortunately, I can't really do anything to protect it. I want to protect my medium tanks as much as possible with Andy, because they're both strong defensively, and I need them to help deal with his medium tanks. So yeah, we're going to move our copters down. Let's just make sure we can get out of range. So red, make sure we see red and get out of range of red. So move down like this. If anything, if we can draw his meteor to attack Andy's troops here, that would actually be very good. But I don't think he'll attack this small group right here. It's probably not worth it, but we'll see what happens. We're going to move Andy's anti-airs this way as well, because his fighters are going to be left unhindered on the left side. We can put it right here, I guess. And then medium tanks we're going to spread out to the right side. I think, yeah, with this medium tank here in front, I'm tempted to at least attack this tank this turn, because it will force some of his units to attack my medium tank. Let's do that, and then we can move this guy over here out of range of his units. So if he hits if his meteor targets here, that would be fantastic. That would be the best case scenario. But I don't think it's going to happen that way. He's probably going to attack either Max or Kanbei with his meteor. So again, this infantry is just going to come down here and try to start capturing some cities. We are going to send some of Max's tanks this way. So who knows? Maybe he'll target Max's units down here with Andy's. Maybe. I doubt it. Would be interesting to see though. Let's see. So now we can go ahead and kill the bomber here. Kill this bomber. And we can charge our other units straight up. Alright, so we are okay here. Medium tank goes up as far as possible. Move our tank this way. It's okay if he actually attacks, you know, launches a meteor here or here. I'll still have, they're only in groups of 3s, so it's not too scary. Try capturing the city there. Drop off the infantry, we'll pick up a new one. And I think we'll start building tanks to help, and we'll send them up towards the middle, towards Andy's area. Just in case he needs the backup. Alright, and then on this side, again, we're going to have Kanbei come over here. We're going to capture one of these cities with Kanbei. We'll send the other infantry straight up this way. We want to capture this base and airport. Again, you don't want to really build units all the way back here and then have them go all the way over here. It's going to consume too much fuel and take too much time. Again, we're going to move Kanbei's troops as far up as possible. Destroying these guys in one shot. We'll send the recon over here. I want to protect this base and hopefully we can grab it. Now this is where it comes tricky. I don't really want Kanbei's medium tanks to get hit because of how much firepower they have, but his units are worth a lot more than other commanding officers. So what I want to do is probably group them like this, and maybe get him to target right here. Maybe these 4 units. If I can do that, that would be fantastic. But for now we're going to separate everybody else. Like so. And hopefully the meter doesn't hurt me too bad. So maybe like right here attacks 4 units, or it might attack here, attack quite a few of Andy's units, or maybe 3 of Max's units. We'll see what he does. But for sure, after all those areas I killed, he does have his co-power. So again, we're going to build an infantry and APC and send them straight up to capture the airport and base. Alright, so let's see what he does. Again, with every co-power, he's also going to get a 10% attack and defense boost. Nullifying his defense weakness and enhancing his attack power even more, which makes him almost as strong as max units. So it does attack here, which is good. Again, it's not like I could prevent him from firing this meteor, so it's best to minimize my the damage taken as much as possible. And to do that, I have to clump up a couple of Kanbei's units, because they cost a little extra. He surrounded my medium tank, so it's still alive. That's actually kind of funny. That's actually really funny. So my medium tank is free to attack something this turn. And his fighters are charging straight down, which is really good for me. Wow, that was very interesting. Okay, Max can kill 1 fighter. I can go ahead and kill the other one, or at least damage. This fighter is going to be weakened for sure. We're going to wait till we get our co-power. We're going to use one of our anti-air to kill a battlecopter for sure. Let's go ahead and kill this one. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Kanbei can actually kill 2 copters, so I'm going to send this one up and kill this one here. We can use my medium tank now. We don't want to destroy the tanks, since anti-airs are not effective against tanks too much. And there we go. Now we can use our co-power. Recover my medium tank a little bit as well. And this just gives us a little bit extra attack power to hit his fighter on the bottom left. Alright, here we go. So we can go here, attack this fighter, dropping it down to 2. And then now we also get a 10% attack boost. Oh, so now we can't capture this airport because I want Kanbei's anti-air to come over here and destroy this copter. So what we're going to do is actually use our APC. APCs again are good, transports in general are good distractions for enemy units. So yeah, we're going to use our copters to attack here. Let's see. Unfortunately, this copter cannot do anything this turn. So we'll just have it stand by over here. We'll surround it with some of our other units. We'll go ahead and drop off the infantry. I think straight up the middle, perhaps. Attack this anti-air as well. Yeah, we'll actually leave the APC over in top. Drop the infantry in the bottom. And what we're going to do is, he's going to have a couple more healthy medium tanks. We need to take care of those first. So I think what we'll make is medium tank and infantry. There we go. So again, we're going to have Max's anti just annihilate this fighter here. Boom! One shot. Start capturing some cities, and then we're going to move Max's tanks up here. Okay, we'll move tanks this way. So we can capture these cities here, and then we can actually drop off the infantry to start capturing the base and airport. Very important. So we have a whole turn to move up our troops with Max. Right now, what I'm actually going to do is... Oh, he has a bomber. He has 2 bombers, actually. I'm going to put a tank in range of his medium tank here. And if he attacks this tank, it's actually a good thing, because I can one-shot his medium tank with my own. And losing 1 tank isn't that bad, as long as I get to get my troops moving forward. And then we'll just go ahead and save up Max's money. So we can spam, you know, bombers, battlecopters, tanks, whatever I need. Why did I move that infantry like that? Ignoring that. Again, if you do make a mistake like that, you can reset your turn in Reboot Camp. I'm not going to, because whatever mistakes I make, I'm going to just own them. So we'll build new infantry there. So with these units that are damaged, we can actually regroup them, or we can keep them together, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to kill 2 battlecopters this turn, which is very nice. Now we can move our medium tanks forward. We want to make sure he doesn't get the first shot on me though. That would be bad, even with my good defense. So we can regroup these guys and make them 4s. With the tanks in our entire, we can actually regroup them and actually get a little bit of money with my 10s here, which will be good for building units in the future. Normally you can keep weakened units, and it's usually a good idea. However, when you're facing a big enemy like Sturm and space is a little bit limited, you don't really have to do that. So what we're going to do is just send this recon forward and be a little bit of distraction. Maybe he'll want to attack it, I guess. And then we'll end our turn here. Save up money just like Max to spam units out of the top base and airport. So let's see what he does. So he retreats his damaged units, attacks the APC with his weakened tanks. So I do lose a battlecopter. See what I want to know what his medium tanks are going to do. So one does attack the tank on the left, and one attacks the entire on the right. So those medium tanks are now going to die, which is really good for me. He has 2 bombers coming in. Looks like I might be able to hit one of them with my entire. Actually, I might be able to hit both of them. Let's see. Yeah, so this one can attack the one on the right, which is great. Max can destroy the other one, assuming this medium tank can one-shot this medium tank. So that's great, but he's definitely going to get his co-power at once again, so we have to be careful. Again, I don't want Kanbei's medium tanks. These 2 specifically, cannot get hit, no matter what I do. Unless they're the only 2 units that get hit. So what I'm going to do is just have them right here, and then the other units are actually going to back off when it's Kanbei's turn. So I'll use my anti-air here against the fighter. Then Max can actually destroy this battlecopter with his anti-air. We'll move back here with Andy's infantry. Let's see, maybe we can one-shot the anti-air here. Load up the APC again to move forward. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll kill this tank here. And then we can actually just start killing some infantry, I guess. I say we gotta kill these units back here actually, and take it back. Ignore the infantry. We can actually kill them easily on the next turn following. Oh, maybe we can block here actually, this will be good. We'll see. Alright, and we're actually gonna just wait, I think. What do you build? Battlecopters? Maybe we'll build another anti-air here with Andy. That might be good. Maybe some infantry. So right now, nearing Andy's HQ is a lot of numbers of units. So his meteor could strike there. But I doubt it. So this one can destroy the battlecopter. And we're going to just move Max's tanks straight forward. Maybe I should keep them separated, I'm not sure. Well, you know what? We can have one kill the anti-air here. Then we could use only one of Kanbei's tanks to attack the medium tank, I think would be good. Again, max tanks are very valuable, so we're actually just going to keep them all here. Maybe his mirror will strike right here and attack the most units as possible. They're not too expensive, so it might be a good thing. And then we're actually going to go with a base to start with, Max, not the airport, because air units do cost a little bit extra. So let's see, we can one-shot this, yes, and we can kill the bomber. Very nice. And right now, the only thing that could attack my anti-air is the battlecopter, so don't have to worry there. We can actually charge forward with this unit as well. We're going to keep our max units in groups of 2. Like so. And then, again, we're going to save up money until we can spam units out of that top base. So that meteor looks like it might start hitting here, which is really good. So we'll use Kembei's 10 tank first here, and then we'll use the 4. We're going to have this guy go up this way instead with the anti-air. Okay, then we can drop off this guy and start capturing the properties next turn. We're going to keep we'll keep this guy like right here, I guess. This is fine. I'm just curious to see what he does. I'm pretty sure the meteor will strike right here. It's going to hit a lot of units, but again, they're mostly infantry in the middle and some anti-air, so it's not too scary. Okay, so I think we will build a couple units with Kembei just because it is going to be a while before I get my properties captured. Let's see what he does. So while this, he does seem to have a fearsome army and a lot of properties to build units, he's a bit stupid. The AI, obviously, you guys have seen events where it's a little stupid. So they just, risk all their units willy-nilly. So Andy's medium tanks are about to get hit, which really hurts. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Majority of my army is still alive and healthy, so that's very good. Again, those battlecopters can't even do anything this turn, which is very nice. It's going to kill my APC, my infantry, but that's okay. They were kind of distractions. So now, let's see. He built a fighter. Not too scary because I don't have really any air units, and he's recovering his units. He built a tank as well. So now, with the damaged units, again, we're just going to regroup here. Move our infantry forward. We can start capturing some of the properties in the coming turns. Now we can pick off some units for free. I'm going to move these guys back and recover for a turn. Same thing with the anti-air. So we're going to kill this copter here. Max will be able to kill that copter. Yeah, I'll be able to kill it for sure. Let's see, my battlecopter is still alive, which is pretty cool. Usually I don't have a battlecopter alive this long. So we can actually kill this guy with Kembei's help. And then, for now, Andy's going to build maybe an artillery, because if I can get it right here, we can lock down that base pretty early. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll build another infantry. So we have max force. I'm tempted to use it for the extra movement boost this turn. So I think I will.
Roll, tanks, roll. Max force.
Alright. Again, Max gets +1 movement as well as a huge firepower boost. Continue capturing the cities down here for money. Let's see, we're going to use these tanks to clear out some infantry. Boom, like so. And boom. So we want to move that guy up as far as possible as well. 4 damage, what? 5 damage, wow, let's go. Alright, and then keep capturing the cities up here. So we'll move the APC to pick up this guy and we can start moving forward, which is not really important. Can we one-shot this? Not quite. So we're going to move this anti-air out of the way to start. We'll use a medium tank to destroy the rocket. And we can move our other anti-airs forward, killing the battlecopter. Unfortunately, my medium tank can't really do anything this turn, except for attack infantry, so it's kind of bad, but it is what it is, and we can end our turn there. Next turn we can start pumping out tanks like crazy out of that top base. Alright, move our bottom tanks forward, start capturing some cities. I think with Kanbei we're going to spam battle copters is what I'm going to do. So we're going to capture the airport first. We have a nice healthy medium tank that's going to be able to make its way over, which is nice. Just out of range of that. We have two pretty healthy medium tanks, which is very good. We can just move all our tanks forward. This end tire isn't really going to be useful. I don't want to lose it, so we're just going to retreat for now. I guess we can just kill this guy. Yep, there we go. So far, actually this is going really smooth. Now, I don't think I'll be able to do this as fast as I did last time with Eagle, because, once again, with Lightning Drive, you're allowed to move your non-infantry units 2 times in a turn. Unfortunately, I don't have Eagle on the map. He probably had like an Air Force too, which is very good against Sturm. So again, we're just going to keep moving our troops forward as far as possible. And he's going to start capturing these properties. And then, yeah. So right now my battlecopter, I guess I can use to help damage this tank on the right, I suppose. Then I can use someone else to finish it off. We'll retreat the entire to regroup with this one down here that's repairing. We'll regroup these 2 medium tanks. And then it will be back in action next turn. So this guy, I guess. Alright, and then we'll move this guy up as well. I'm not sure if we'll give Sturm his co-power this turn. I don't think so. Again, we'll just keep blowing some infantry. So I think I'm okay to actually clump up my units. Again, co-power gets 20% more expensive every time you use it. So he's used his meteor strike twice now. So that means it's 40% more expensive than before. So I'm not too afraid of him getting it, because he probably won't. Yeah, he's only going to be halfway right now. So yeah, I'm totally safe from him using it this turn. We built a battlecopter. We're actually free to move up still with our tanks, since that battlecopter is not too big of a threat. There we go. Even my anti-terrors don't really have to worry about his units right now. I'm gonna move this guy up as well. There we go. Alright, and then let's go ahead and start spamming out. I think at this point I might want to build some anti-terrors with Max for now. When we get that airport, we'll start spamming out bombers. Yeah, Max anti-terrors are really good against pretty much any of Sturm's units. These guys can actually go up along the road, that way we don't clump up the middle too much. So this guy's just going to chill back here. We'll just keep sending our troops forward this way. Protect Andy's battlecopter, because why not? Can he attack my medium tank there? Yeah, he can. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's a Kanbei medium tank, I'm not going to die. Right, so we can actually send this recon in to be a distraction. It's an easy unit he can try and kill. Alright, there we go. Once we get past that middle part with the 3 cities, we can actually spread out a little bit more and not worry about his meteor strike as much. Yeah, so it's a very good distraction to have that recon there. Now his battlecopter wasted its strike on a weak recon. Again, Andy's units are just getting repaired back here. It's going to take a while before he's back in the action. But I am now getting these properties, which means I'm going to get a lot more income. But I'm actually going to see if I can make Andy the target of the meteor strike. I doubt it'll work. It could. We're going to put his medium tanks here like so. Yeah, I'm going to just put all these units right here. This should be where the meteor strikes. I want to keep this artillery healthy though, if we can. So we're going to move that one forward. I still have my battlecopter. Might be a good idea to just attack this infantry, get it out of the way, so my other units can move forward, but yeah, let's do that. And again, Andy's not going to do much this turn. So we can actually build an artillery or something. Another infantry. Just another unit for Sturm's meteor to hit. If it does hit Andy. If not, then Andy's troops will move forward and we'll move the damaged units back. We'll see what happens. We might drop off an infantry and try and threaten his cities over there. All these other units, they're at the bottom, they don't really matter anymore. So Max's units are starting to take a little bit of damage. We're going to regroup these anti-air here. Use my tanks to destroy this guy. Use my anti-air to destroy the copter. Very important. We're going to use... So he has a medium tank here. Let's see, Kanbei can kill the 2 anti-airs. So we'll go ahead and use the medium tank to attack his medium tank. Like so. And we want to spread out these troops a little bit more. I'm gonna go here. Over here. Alright. We're almost done with this map actually. I mean, it's really close, but not quite there yet. Okay, let's see what he... oh, we have Kanbei still. Right. So actually this final battle is actually proving to be a little bit easier than I remember it. I think it's because I just played through the, what's it called? The hard mode version of it. And so I'm thinking this was going to be a little bit more difficult. It's actually not too bad. This entire, we're just going to move over here. We're going to keep it safe for now. Let's keep it back here. Let's move up our medium tank and our tank here. This 4 doesn't really matter. Well, actually, I think it might matter. We're going to leave our units right here. And the reason being is, if I put more units right here, this might be where the meteor strikes. I don't want these max units getting hit. They could be. They might get hit, but we'll see what he does. I'm hoping the meteor strikes right here. It actually might attack Kanbei's units right here as well, though. As long as it doesn't hit Max's units, the ones that are taking charge, then I'm happy. Okay, so it does go... He is using the value meter on this one, just so you guys know. He's attacking Kanbei's medium tanks because they're worth so much. He even hits his own anti-air to do so, but it didn't actually lose a lot of HP. But again, this is good for me because I don't want Max's tanks taking damage. His tanks deal a lot more damage than Kanbei's units do. Alright, so with that in mind, we can now charge Andy's medium tanks forward to try and help out here, as well as his anti-airs that are pretty much ready to go. We can move this artillery into range of this base, locking it down a little bit, making it easier for me to kill the units when they come out. And then this copter, we can actually go up in the back and destroy this anti-air. I can't believe this is my initial copter and it's still alive. It's pretty cool. And we'll just build some more units with Andy. Now that Kanbei's units have become pretty much ineffective, he will retreat and then making more space for my other units. We got max force. Let's go ahead and use it.
You're gonna get hurt.
So this is going to really help me on this turn. Even damaged max units with max force will deal massive damage, as we've seen in the past. So we're going to go ahead and start with this 8 anti-air, attacking the mech, one-shotting it on the base. So we can use the 10 to move up here and attack this bomber. My 2 tank, my 1 anti-air, and my 5 infantry. Almost killed this infantry, but not quite. Definitely want my medium tank striking this guy. Let's do that. We're gonna finish it off with my tank. My tank can actually one-shot this mech. Based on this, we are just short of finishing this map. Because we're going to kill 1 unit with Max's medium tank right now, which is going to be this tank. And there's 1 mech left. If Kanbei had a healthy medium tank, he could have finished it off. Oh, and there's an infantry, I take it back. So we were almost done, but not quite. We would have been done though. And since he just used his co-power, he actually doesn't have any, he's not gaining any co-power from all these losses. And what we're going to do with Kanbei's units is we're actually just going to retreat this tank, and we're going to regroup all his medium tanks together to make a 5 or 4. It doesn't really matter too much. And we're actually gonna just clump up some of his new units as well. I don't think the battle will take more than next turn, but just in case. So let's see, he'll probably attack the Entire with his mech, right? Yeah. Alright, so we might be able to win this turn. Let's see what happens. Artillery attacks his mech, so we can weaken it and we can finish it off. Entire moves in, not quite one-shotting the mech. Medium tanks, unfortunately, cannot do anything either. We'll block his base, though. And that will be that with Andy. Let's move the tanks up, I guess. I probably should have spammed infantry for a good technique score, but I think we'll be fine. I don't think I lost as many units as I think I did. I'm not going to check, though. Okay, we'll kill that guy. Move our Entire up. Let's see, we need Kanbei's Entire to destroy this copter. Oh, I forgot to move Andy's copter. So we need to make sure the city is unoccupied. So we'll go here. We'll kill this tank here like this. Go up to the top, destroy that guy. Oh, actually... Oh, yeah. And then we can actually help out here and deal damage to the tank. And that will do it. I will spam some infantry just in case I did lose more units, but I don't think it'll matter. Look, Kanbei actually gets to do work and save the day. He's actually going to finish off the last unit. Boom. Very nice.
No! So close! I was so close!
So close, Sturm. I underestimated the strength of these worms. I had the superior army, the superior strategies. I've been defeated. My dream of world conquest. I vow to rebuild and return. When that time comes, I will challenge you worms yet again. And we get a nice little cutscene. This is new to this game.
That's it! Now's our chance! By my calculation, you've left enough of an opening that reinforcements should arrive in about...
You were trying my patience.
Sonia!
Hey, that's Sturm! Yeah!
A hologram? I guess he got away.
For me, the funny thing about that cutscene is why didn't Kanbei go charging in to save his daughter? He should have been like the first one running in to try and save her. Well, I think that just about wraps things up. Thanks for the assist, Grit. Yeah, not a bad day's work, Maxie. For you, that is. Oh, you want to start, son? Should we sell this right here, right now? Oh, save me, save me. What with all the scary folk around here, it's high time for me to skedaddle. I'll see you around, Max. And take care of June. That is, take care of Andy for me. Sonia, daughter, are you alright? I am now. Thank you for intervening, father. Oh, Sonia, if anything had happened to you... Sniff.
Now, Father, stop.
Now, father, stop. Don't you dare start crying, or else I'll start... Let me change the volume again. I just increased the volume slightly for the cutscene. I can't help it. I thought I might have lost you. The most precious unit in all my army. Do you really mean that, father? Do you know what Mother used to tell me?
Your father's
a bit silly at times, but he'll always be there for you when you need him. You look just like her, Sonia. You really do. Right. I think in the original, there's a little bit more dialogue from like every commanding officer or every army, but in this one, it's just the commanding officers that you used and who's related to them. As you guys can see, I got a very bad score in power, and the reason being is, yes, it seems like I was destroying a lot of units every turn, right? But what happened was either A, this score is based off of Kanbei's army because he got the last blow, which is the possibility, I'm not 100% sure on that, or it's also because all the units I was killing every turn was split between 3 armies, so it wasn't in one turn. power scores determine how much units you destroy in a single turn. So, for example, if I killed like 3 with Andy, 3 with Max, 3 with Kanbei, I only destroyed 3 of his total army percentage, which is not a lot. Now, if I killed 9 units with just Andy, that is a huge chunk to his army in one turn, therefore giving me a huge power score. So, if you're wondering why I only got 58 power, that's probably why. That or Kanbei obviously did not see a lot of battle, so he didn't get a lot of army destruction. So, either way, I got an A. I would definitely say if you guys want an S, Eagle might be a better bet because Lightning Drive will probably help get that power score. But if you do lose a lot of units along the way, again, you can always build a whole bunch of units at the end before you finish the game and get your technique score up by building a massive army of like infantry or whatever to increase your total army percentage. Speed wise, I think you have to finish this in like 13 days or something to get 100. I did in 9 days. I think it's like 12 or so days to get 100 score in speed. So it's not that hard. I told you guys before, the map is large and there's a lot of armies and units being involved, but the days are long. So only 9 days, a lot shorter than some maps, but the turns do take longer. So I hope you guys really enjoyed watching the final battle. It's a really fun mission to play. It's frustrating sometimes when you're going against Sturm, but he is a tough commanding officer, so it takes three of our armies just to take his on. Sturm's villainous schemes were thwarted and all Cosmo Land was at peace, but peace is a fragile thing. Stay vigilant. Until next time. And this is kind of going this is like a small credit thing. It just shows me how fast I did each mission, and we're actually going to skip this if I can. Yeah, we can skip it. I don't need to see that. These are the actual credits here. Cute little credit scenes. Again, I've already seen this like 4 times, so I'm going to skip this. The music's nice to listen to, and it's a cute little animation as the tank drives by all the HQs. Rank S! Alright. That's cool. Alright, and that's that. Okay, so we are not done with the campaign. I am done with the today's episode, however. I do have to get off to work soon. However, there's, as you guys can see, completion, 97%. We are not done. Next video, we are going to play the very final mission called Rivals, Mission 25. This one is the, as it says, the greatest rivalry of all time, Andy versus Eagle. And usually at the end of the final battle, if you had gone Eagle in the original Advance Wars, if you used Sammy on all the Green Earth missions, and you wanted to use Eagle in the final battle, or you got to use Eagle, I should say, in the final battle, at the end of the battle, he'll go, Andy, I want to verse you one more time, just to test our skills, and then we go off and have a final battle right after the final battle, titled Rivals. This game, or this map, in the normal campaign, this version that we will be playing, it's not too bad. Eagle's going to start with a massive army and more properties captured, but again, the AI isn't as smart, so we're going to have the advantage of playing it and, you know, strategizing him. On the hard mode version though of this map, it's ridiculously hard, and we'll get to that when I do play through the hard mode campaign, but this one is kind of a pushover compared to that. So unless they changed it, I'm not sure. I haven't seen this, but once we complete this mission, we should get the final commanding officer that I do not have unlocked, and that is Nell. And then I can use Nell in the War Room as well as Versus modes. If you guys have been watching my War Room series, I get to unlock Nell, so she's not on the random wheel. However, this video will be recorded soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll record this video, which for you guys will be probably a longer time before you guys see it. But I'll have Null unlocked, and then I'll be able to use her before I start doing the second wheel in my War Room series. So she'll be added to that list. Or who knows? Maybe I'll do this mission before the War Room series, and then she can be added before the next wheel starts. So hope you guys enjoyed this last one. We played both Mission 23 and Mission 24 against Sturm. Again, very scary opponent Sturm is, especially his co-power. It really hurts, but if you know how to manipulate it, then it's not too bad. As you guys saw, I knew how to manipulate it, so it only attacked units that were out of the way and not really crucial for me moving forward. But his units hit hard, but again, Max just overpowered and made the missions easy. So use Max if you want to make this easy on yourself. Use Max in both Enigma and in the final battle. Until next time when we do Rivals, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.